Lesson 75. The light has come. The light has come. You are healed and you can heal. The light has come. You are saved and you can save. You are at peace and you bring peace with you wherever you go. Darkness and turmoil and death have disappeared. The light has come. Today we celebrate the happy ending to your long dream of disaster. There are no dark dreams now. The light has come. Today, the time of light begins for you and everyone. It is a new era in which a new world is born. The old one has left no trace upon it in its passing. Today we see a different world because the light has come. Our exercises for today will be happy ones, in which we offer thanks for the passing of the old and the beginning of the new. No shadows from the past remain to darken our sight and hide the world forgiveness offers us. Today we will accept the new world as what we want to see. We will be given what we desire. We will to see the light. The light has come. Our longer practice periods will be devoted to looking at the world that our forgiveness shows us. This is what we want to see, and only this. Our single purpose makes our goal inevitable. Today the real world rises before us in gladness to be seen at last. Sight is given us now that the light has come. We do not want to see the ego's shadow on the world today. We see the light, and in it we see heaven's reflection lie across the world. Begin the longer practice periods by telling yourself the glad tidings of your release. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. Dwell not upon the past today. Keep a completely open mind, washed of all past ideas and clean of every concept you have made. You have forgiven the world today. You can look upon it now as if you never saw it before. You do not know yet what it looks like. You merely wait to have it shown to you. While you wait, repeat several times, slowly and in complete patience. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. Realize that your forgiveness entitles you to vision. Understand that the Holy Spirit never fails to give the gift of sight to the forgiving. Believe He will not fail you now. You have forgiven the world. He will be with you as you watch and wait. He will show you what true vision sees. It is His will, and you have joined with Him. Wait patiently for Him. He will be there. The light has come. You have forgiven the world. Tell Him you know you cannot fail because you trust in Him, and tell yourself you wait in certainty to look upon the world He promised you. From this time forth you will see differently. Today the light has come, and you will see the world that has been promised you since time began, and in which is the end of time ensured. The shorter practice periods, too, will be joyful reminders of your release. Remind yourself every quarter of an hour or so that today is a time for special celebration. Give thanks for mercy and the love of God. Rejoice in the power of forgiveness to heal your sight completely. Be confident that on this day there is a new beginning. Without the darkness of the past upon your eyes, you cannot fail to see today. And what you see will be so welcome that you will gladly extend today forever. Say then, the light has come. I have forgiven the world. Should you be tempted, say to anyone who seems to pull you back into darkness, the light has come. I have forgiven you. We dedicate this day to the serenity in which God would have you be. Keep it in your awareness of yourself and see it everywhere today as we celebrate the beginning of your vision and the sight of the real world, which has come to replace the unforgiven world you thought was real. The light has come. A fireside chat on Lesson 75. Ah, my brother, pull up a chair. The fire crackles, shadows dance, but they are nothing now, mere echoes of a dream we once believed was real. Tonight, we speak of light, not the kind that bulbs or stars give off, but the light that was always there, waiting for us to notice. Let's not rush this. Let's sit with it. Breathe it in. The light has come. But what does that mean? The long dream of disaster. Imagine you've been lost in a vast, endless labyrinth. Every corridor looks the same, filled with whispers of fear and walls that stretch forever. You've been searching for the exit, convinced you must solve some great puzzle, battle some final monster, earn your way out. But then, you realize something astonishing. The walls were never real. They were shadows cast by a mind that forgot the light was already shining. And as soon as you stop believing in them, as soon as you step forward in trust, the walls vanish. This is what it means when it says, the long dream of disaster is over. It was never that you had to fix the world, fight the world, or even understand the world. You just had to see it differently. Heal who, save what? You say, heal what, save who? Let me ask you this. Who was ever sick? Who was ever lost? A child wakes up crying from a nightmare where he was chased by monsters. You hold him, tell him it wasn't real, that he's safe in his bed, but what if he looks up at you with wide, tear-filled eyes and says, but the monsters were real to me? And you would say, yes, I know, but they are gone now. You're awake. That's all healing and saving ever were, not changing reality, but waking up from the dream where something was wrong. The new world. And so we step into this new world, not a world where trees glow or the sky changes color, but a world where fear no longer governs, a world where every face you see is a brother, not a stranger, a world where no one owes you anything because you lack nothing, a world where you are the bringer of peace simply because you remember there is nothing to fear. It is not a world we create, it is the world that was always there, hidden beneath the dream. And that is why it says, the old one has left no trace upon it in its passing. The ego's shadow. Now what of the ego's shadow? What does it mean? Imagine you are in a grand golden palace, filled with light, but there is a tiny, tattered cloth draped over your eyes. You've worn it for so long you've forgotten it's even there. Everything you see is filtered through it. The palace looks grey, dull, lifeless. Then one day, the cloth is removed. That's all the ego was. The filter that made you believe you were small, that you were separate, that you were something to be fixed rather than something that is already whole. And when the light comes, the shadow disappears, not because you fought it, but because you stopped believing in it. Tempted to darkness. You ask, what does it look like when someone pulls me back into darkness? Picture this. You've just stepped into a garden after years in a dark, crowded cellar. The sun touches your face for the first time, and you inhale the scent of jasmine. Then a friend rushes up to you, panic in their eyes. You have to come back, the cellar isn't safe, there are people there who need you. What if the light disappears? You can't just leave. And for a moment, you hesitate. What if they're right? What if the darkness is still real? That is what temptation looks like. It is not always someone yelling at you, attacking you, condemning you. Sometimes it is someone speaking fear into you. It is someone handing you back the blindfold and saying, put this on. It's safer that way. And your only answer is this: the light has come. I have forgiven the world. And in that moment, you are free again. The real world and the end of time. So, what is the real world? It is the world as God sees it. It is the world without past grievances, without debts unpaid, without stories of victimhood. It is here now, but we have been looking at it through stained glass, through old judgments and wounds. And what does it mean that the end of time is ensured? Time was only ever the space in which we dreamed. It was the illusion that something had to happen before we could be free. But today we stop waiting. Today we let the light come. Final thought: the light has come. And so we sit here, you and I, by this fire that has always burned, warming our hands and remembering. Not learning, not earning, just remembering. The light was never missing, it was never waiting for us, it was always here. And now, my brother, you see,